So I've been streaming for a little bit over 2 months at this point, and I wanted to make this video about how much you can grow on Twitch if you start a Twitch channel in 2026. Well, technically I started my channel at the end of 2025, and we're a little bit into 2026. I had some growth recently, so I wanted to share this video and hopefully it's gonna help people who are on the fence about starting a Twitch channel in 2026. And I want to preface that I had zero presence on the internet before I started. I had 0 followers on Twitch, 0 on YouTube, and 0 on TikTok. So it was pretty much a clean start, other than the fact that I had maybe 1 Discord friend here and there and maybe 1 Reddit friend, but that was about it. And also I want to say that you don't really necessarily need the best gear in order to start. Like for me, I streamed on Steam Deck, which is basically a portable console that has 1 port. It is a pain to set up, but it's possible. Like maybe you can see from the reflection of my Steam Deck, you know, you see it's basically Portland. It looks like on live support, but if you want to do that, it's possible. Also, the microphone here is like $20, so really don't need anything too fancy for this. But since it's been 2 months since I started, most of the VODs that are relevant for the conversation have already expired, so I'm just gonna put some clips here and there to illustrate what I want to say, because obviously I edit my clips of my streams every single day after the streams, so I'll just be putting there if I need to illustrate anything. And other than that, I'm just gonna put on the analytic page to illustrate what I've been doing over the past 2 months. So here we are, the page for the first month of streaming. As you can see, I started streaming on November 22nd here, and the first game I picked to start with was Dark Souls 1, because people have told me it's a good game to start. It's not too saturated like a League of Legends, but also it has some following on this game, and I didn't really have a lot of problems pressing the start streaming button, because I assumed that no one would be watching. I would be streaming to 0 viewers for the entire stream, but to my surprise, 1 friend from Reddit showed up and stayed around for the entire stream, so I had a lot of fun just playing and discussing with him the game. It just felt like back in the day going to a friend's house and just playing and that person commenting on the game. And then I got some more viewers showing up over the next few days, but they were mostly lurkers and they wouldn't stay long, so it was like circling lurkers for the entire stream. And then for the next 3 days I decided to do something different. I wanted to try World of Warcraft because I love World of Warcraft and I wanted to see how it looks like if I stream that game. And to my surprise, there were more viewers than in Dark Souls, despite thinking that that was a saturated game. But after that, I just went back to Dark Souls because I wanted to beat the game, and that was around the time I hit affiliate, because I assumed it would be already good if I can hit affiliate at the end of the first month, but here we are, I hit affiliate after I think about a week or so. So I was really surprised, and so I just received the email, went to fill out the tax information, that kind of stuff. I just got started. I got the ads and stuff and just set everything up, and went back to Dark Souls for the next, I think, 5 streams. And that's, I think, when I started gaining momentum, because I had more people showing up that were also streamers, and they gave me a lot of tips about starting streaming, because they've been streaming for far longer than I have, and had a lot of good tips from moderation or the way you stream, how you do your face cam, that kind of stuff. And so it was really helpful. So this was around the time I beat Dark Souls, and I needed to figure out which game I was gonna play next. And since I really like games where you shoot at zombies, and I really like the game World War Z, I decided to play World War Z next. Unfortunately, it was kind of a flop because the entire category had 4 people watching, and also the fact that I played the game to death back in the day, so I really got tired of the game after an hour and a half, which was really short for a stream. But I kept myself playing because I didn't want to switch categories in the middle of a stream. I just bounced back, going back to World of Warcraft for the next, I think, 5 streams over here, while I figure out which game I was gonna play next. I figured World of Warcraft wouldn't be too interesting to watch because I'm basically playing the same dungeons over and over again, doing the same things over and over again. So I just did this as a safe bet while I figure out which game to play next. So you can see there's some up and down. I got raided here, so there's a spike and it went down, but that wasn't too bad, because after this I just figured I'm gonna play Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I never beat that game before and I really wanted to play that game, so I jumped into the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Most of my viewers have never played the game, so they were really intrigued by that game. I had some really nice discussion, like commenting on the art style and the story and that kind of stuff, and the music. It was really good for a while, until I reached the point in the game where I just didn't have fun. Like, I believe it was the Earth Temple and the Wind Temple, and I just really wanted to stop because I didn't like the mechanic. And I think that was around the day I'm just not gonna continue the game on stream. I'm just gonna finish the game myself off stream. I feel like it was a part of a game where you needed to take breaks every hour or so. That wasn't really compatible with the way I was streaming. So that was the time I decided to buy Elden Ring Night Rain, because that game intrigued me for a while, and I kind of like FromSoft games. And then going into the second month, I pretty much exclusively streamed Elden Ring Night Rain because I really got addicted to the game, and also most of my viewers played the game and they've been playing the game longer than I was, obviously, because I just bought the game at that point. They were just teaching me tricks and sometimes jump into the game with me and play together. And it was pretty much stable, but a little bit plateauing here, where it was pretty much the same people jumping in to play with me and share with me all the time. And it kind of felt like a group of friends just hanging out together every day. It just felt really nice. And they were also mostly streamers, so we would also go hang out in their chat and in their stream. So it felt really nice having this thing going on. And then towards the end of the month, I just started to see more growth. Like you can see 11 average, 8 average, and then a little bit more 12, 15, 20, even though the second month cutoff would be around this. Since I started streaming on November 22nd, so yeah, January 21, that will be the cutoff of the second month, and this was the last few days, which were really successful. So yeah, this is the overall growth. You can see it starts small, and then there's some plateaus, some spikes, some fall off, but overall it's just growing. So I'm really happy about this small community that is starting to build, and some friends I made around the way. So there you have it. This was my video on how much you can grow on Twitch in 2026 if you start now. And as you can see, you can definitely have some growth. It starts slow, it has some plateau and highs and some lows, but overall you can have some slow growth. And I hope this video was helpful for people who are just wondering or on the fence about starting. And I just want to say, if you stay on the fence, just give it a shot. Just try, turn on the camera, turn on the stream, and see where it leads you. It might just work and you might become the next big streamer, or if it doesn't work, it doesn't really matter because you would still have learned something from it. So yeah, that was about it. See ya. Bye bye.